Prices continue to rise, and folks are feeling the strain. Neil Wertheimer is the deputy editor for the AARP Bulletin and magazine, and he's here today with some helpful inflation-beating tips. Good morning, Neil.
Hi, good morning. Good to be here.
Well, I know you have like 99 tips or something, so can you give us a few? Because we all need a little guidance here about paying energy bills and buying our medication and taking vacations.
Well, let's start with energy. The big one, of course, is heating and cooling costs. And the big answer to that is window management. 30% of your energy can be lost through your windows. If you merely get energy efficient, blinds, use shutters, use a film on the outside or the inside, that can really save a lot of money. But there's some other smaller, clever things you can do too. Most people don't know that every device that's plugged in, even if it's turned off, is using electricity. The Department of Energy thinks you can save over $100 a year merely unplugging all the devices that aren't currently in use. And that also applies to things like those clock radios in the guest bedroom, your coffee maker. Just go unplug them. Finally, on the energy front, if you haven't switched to LED light bulbs, now's the time. The prices come way down for them. They use 9% of the electricity of old-fashioned light bulbs, and they last for 5 to 10 years, so you don't have to replace them hardly as often as old-fashioned light bulbs.
Well, those are all great tips. I hadn't thought about unplugging all the devices, the many in the home. Well, what about the grocery store? Because we're really feeling the crunch here.
Well, the number one tip here, believe it or not, is to use the food you bought last week. Americans throw out over 30% of the food they buy, and that's just 30% of your money wasted. So just be mindful that you should use the things you buy and buy things that you're going to use. But when you get to the store, there's so many easy tactical ways to spend less. So for example, when you walk in the door, pick up the flyer, see what coupons they're offering on that in-store flyer. Last week, there was a coupon at my grocery store for cherries for $1.99 a pound. If I didn't know there was the coupon, I would have paid $5.99 for them. Likewise, there's manager specials. There are shelf tags that tell you what's on sale. There are house brands. If you ever pay full price for a bag of potato chips or your favorite ice cream, then shame on you, because they always go on sale in cycles of every few weeks. So learn those cycles. Finally, check yourself out at the self-checkouts. Studies show that you do less impulse buying if you check yourself out.
Very interesting all the way around. Now, we only just have another minute left, and I really do want to cover prescription cost.
Well, you know, many drugstores have unique programs. Always ask the question of, you know, can I get this in a generic? But also, if I don't use my insurance, what would the price be? Because there are times where that's even cheaper. It's really about working with your doctor and say, costs matter to me. Help me get a version of this drug that's affordable. And if you make that clear to the doctor, often they can help as well.
Neil, I know there's so many more tips. How can my viewers read the entire list?
It's in the July-August edition, of course. We can go online at aarp.org/ways to save.
Thank you so much for being with us and for bringing all these really helpful tips.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
And we'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this. Stay with us.